Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. This is Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, set number 75214. It is basically a revamp. It's a redo of a previous set that has existed that came with the exact same minifigs. Of course, these ones are now updated versions, and this is an updated version of Anakin's Jedi Starfighter set. This is a 247-piece set. It sells for $19.99, which makes it the most positive, the best part-to-price ratio, the best bang for your buck for the 2018 summer wave, which isn't saying a huge amount. Usually the smallest set is always the best bang for your buck, which this one is. But in general, it is actually a pretty good part-to-price ratio, regardless of the fact of whether or not it is licensed. So I want to talk about the updated version of the set soon, and then I'll show you the different versions of these minifigs right at the end. So let's get into the Starfighter. I kind of like showing this thing off at sort of the lower angle. It just looks good from a profile. I really like the overall shape of this Starfighter. Now, to be fair, the previous Starfighter that did come out, last time Anakin's Jedi Starfighter came out, it still looked really good. I almost want to say if you have the older version of this set, I don't know how much this newer version is really going to impress you. Definitely the build along here is certainly a better approach, and I think the overall shape is better. It's certainly a little bit stronger. It's actually a very strong set. There isn't anything on here that feels flimsy or like it could ever break off, really. In terms of functions in the set, you've got your two stud shots, your stud guns. I don't think they look that great, to be honest. This might even be the least aesthetically pleasing part of the set, though they're very easy, honestly, if you really wanted to just take them off. Like, you could do that, maybe replace it with a little tile or something or anything, and that's fine. So it's really easy to kind of move these pieces out of the way, which is sort of the reason why I've stopped complaining about stud guns in general. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I don't really complain about stud guns on this channel anymore. And yeah, so they're pretty accurate. Let's see if I can get him with a second shot. Can I do it? Oh no, I missed. Couldn't hit him while he was down. But anyways, yeah, so there is your one play function. They're in a place on the build where if you wanted to swoosh it, they would be very easy for your hands to kind of just naturally grab, which is a positive in my opinion. This is the base build for the engines in the back, which works pretty well, and might as well show off, not every single set, but a lot of sets that have Jedi as pilots allow for a clip somewhere on the build, nice and hidden away, so you don't lose that lightsaber piece. I wish they did it for like other ones with like blaster rifles and stuff, but I think it's really only Jedi exclusive ships. But anyways, yeah, so there you go. You can fold the landing gear down. It just kind of, the foot just kind of keeps the nose off the ground. That's all it really does. And then other functions, well, the other functions would include, you can see that little round jumper in there, and that is what is going to pop out for our R2-D2 astromech. He fits in just right. I really do like that detailing that kind of comes around, though. There is a lot of fun rounded over detailing, a little bit subtle. Looks just a little bit nicer than the last version of this ship. Now we've got pretty much the last interactive feature, and that is the cockpit. That is an old printed piece. Really cool looking targeting system, though. You can tell it just doesn't, like, the detailing is way out of whack compared to what they might be printing on those 1x2 cheese wedge pieces nowadays, which is a more common piece. This is a bit of an older one, which is fine. It totally works for this. In fact, I think it still looks good. Like, I still think it totally works. It doesn't really detract from the build, and you know, Lego doesn't have to make a new print. In fact, I kind of like it when you still get some of these older ones kind of thrown back into the mix. So anyways, that is all of the features. I think it looks good. I think it is a positive part to price ratio. Let me do one more thing with this. That is the weakest. Yeah, did it seriously not reach you from here? Oh.
No, it did. Oh.
Gotcha.
I thought you shot it like.
Gotcha! So good at shooting. Yeah, spring-loaded shots are really the fun one. Okay, moving back. And alright, getting into the minifigs. This is Anakin. The print for his body, I believe, is updated. Also, I'm going to guess the print for his face has been updated. You can see the detailing that shows the sort of the comm links that you would have for any sort of standard pilot, and they do it again. For Anakin, this is when he is having less of a good time when fighting up in the air, and it is kind of nice that they did decide to use that old Anakin hairpiece on him that came from sets from so long ago. Next up is R2. R2 is pretty much exactly how you remember him. So this is probably now, I would say, maybe the most common R2-D2 version of R2-D2 that has been released. All in all, we've got a good looking set. I don't know if you have the older version of Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, if you would really want to get this later new version. This still is a pretty good set, though I don't know how much of a huge improvement it is upon the last one. It definitely is an improvement, but the last one wasn't too bad. The figs are fine, they both look pretty good, and the part to price ratio for this set is very strong. And let me just point out how strong that actually is. Once again, this is $19.99, 247 parts. If you're just looking at how much you pay per part, if you were to get the throne room, that Snoke's throne room set, 2 of these sets is more pieces than Snoke's throne room, and if you bought 2 of these, instead of Snoke's throne room, you'd have more pieces and you would save $30. Remember, this is a $19.99 set, so $19.99. Anyways, this is actually a good part to price ratio. And when you start looking at the price you would pay for other Star Wars sets coming out in the same wave, it's significantly lower than some of the higher end ones. So that is something to consider. And so I think it's a pretty decent little playing fighter Jedi Starfighter set. Okay. Oh, hey everybody, hope you enjoyed that video. I just wanted to pop in really quick and say that we do have a web store, BrickVault.toys, that sell instructions for super high quality MOCs that are built by incredibly talented designers. So that is the first link in the description below. And also there's other videos too. We've got other things if you want to watch that. All right, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.